It could be because of the firewall. Verbose? No. So it's not app install Tor. It's not doing it? Okay, now it works. Okay, never mind. I thought the firewall for a minute was causing a problem, but firewall was disabled. But we'll get to the firewall as well in a sec. So now let's just update the directory, locate Tor, and you can see now we have var log, control B bracket. Let's just go up and see. I know that there's a file called etc.tor. That's what we'll be interested in. We will go there as well in a sec. We will also go to the other one too here. So if you do etc.tor, you see that we have a configuration for our Tor. That is called the Tor CC, and we just have to do nano Tor C. Sorry, not Tor CC, Tor C. This is you can see it's the configuration file for a typical Tor user. We're not interested on that for now. We're interested on hosting our server. That means we have to go to the section where it talks about the hidden services. You see this right here. The other one is about relays, but forget about relays. We're not talking about relays here in this video. So it's right here. So it says this section is just for location hidden services. And technically you can just uncomment these two here, this one right here, these two. And you can also write as many as you want if you want to create more ports. So if you want to, for example, create more ports, you just have to write hidden service, port, and you can, I don't know, port 89, whatever. You can write as many as you want. So as you can see here right now, it's going to this folder varlib tor hidden services, which is exactly the place where we will go to see our onion link, the generated Tor link or our domain. We will go to that page as well. We can leave it the default 80, port 80 is basically HTTP, and Tor, it's very normal, the Tor network, to see it. So to save this and close safely, you have to press Control O, press Enter, and then Control X. Now that it's done, we have set the configuration. We can close this, we can leave, and we have to just go back to the hidden services. Now, as always, let's say I just forgot where it is, right? And I don't even remember it right now, I just forgot about it. So again, update DB, as always. Then you can write at least locate. I'm looking naked what? I know that there was something called hidden services. So I'll just do hidden services or hidden service. Isn't it going to find me? Really? Update DB. Locate hidden service. All right. It's just not going to do, but I know there is a problem which needs to get fixed. I've already troubleshooted this issue, but I don't know why that's the case. Someone maybe from the Tor community can explain to me why. But you have to restart and disable Tor for it to be able to perform the configuration. So I guess it's probably normal. So to do this now is basically you have to do systemctl, just like we did previously, status Tor. Tor, we see it's active. So we just have to disable Tor. And I'll just try to also stop Tor. And then I will just do enable Tor. And then I will just do start Tor. Now that it's done, I'll just do update DB. And then I'll do locate hidden services. Or hidden service. Really? Oh, there we go, hidden service. We found it. That's what's the name. So hidden. But previously, just to be sure, previously when I searched hidden service, as you can see here, we couldn't find anything right here. See, hidden service. Absolutely not. But now we found it. So that's the way to troubleshoot this. So we just have to go back there then. So we have to just do cd var lib tor hidden service. And this file right here is kind of important here, because if I just do cat hostname, you can see our onion link. It's randomly generated, and you have it, and you should not override it. It's just, it's based on the Tor network or Tor protocol. So now, with the big issue you'll run right now is if I were to go and take this link from here, and I'll be writing it one by one. It's gonna take forever, so I can't copy stuff. I can't just copy it just easily from here to there. It just doesn't work, because remember, the server, Ubuntu server, does not have a mouse and all that stuff. You can copy it. However, this is where the shell comes in, secure shell. So to use the secure shell, we have to first set up our firewall as usual, but the firewall should be set always. So regardless, so just check the firewall. We see it's not active, so you can always just do ufw help, and it says you can enable it. So enable the firewall, and I'll enable the firewall right now. Now, just to show you something a bit interesting about the firewall, you can see that right now it basically incoming is allowed. Sorry, it's incoming is denied. So it says default deny incoming. Incoming connections are all denied. Outgoing is allowed. So if I were to right now, remember that we had that Apache server still running in with the because it's still open. So ctl status Apache 2, right? You can see it. That means we can technically just use our IPA and access that server through Firefox. And if I were to do this right now, because we have the firewall activated, you will just realize that the website will not work. I think it was 87. You see? 83. My bad. Not 87. What am I talking about? 83. So if I run it, you see that it's basically stuck and it's not going anywhere. That's totally fine. But if I'm going to do right now something called ufw allow, and I will allow port 80. But you have to remember, this is an HTTP, you can already see it. An HTTP port from the networking perspective is, the port for HTTP is 80. So as soon as I press enter, watch happens. That is added. You have status, you see right there. It is allowing. There we go. And just logged in there straight. Now if I refresh, you see it's actually allows me to refresh. But if I try to do this, if I try to do deny 80, right? Now watch. Blocked. Completely. So you see, so I'm kind of explaining this as a first way to learn to at least manage your server, at least the ports, because usually what happens is in the darknet or just in the onion protocol, there will be people who will be doing nasty things like using DDoS attacks and all that, and you can stop those attacks through the ports. But of course, the best way is always to just shut down your server first, completely from the Tor. Not shut down your computer, just shut down it from the Tor, and then you just analyze the logs and see from which ports the connections were coming in, and then you basically block those ports or just block the IPs. You can do also that. That's more, blocking IP is a bit more advanced, but these attackers, they also have no ways on how to counter it. So they just change the MAC addresses. MAC changes the IPs. They use proxies and all that stuff. So there's so many different things. But anyway, that's way too advanced. So as you can see that if you disable it, it doesn't work anymore. So I can just allow 80 because that's what I want. And if I just do this, you see it works. Absolutely works. If I could just go back here and 192.168.0.83 works. And if I were to go back here, drop it in, I do deny 80, and I press, there was this latency. The server, till it reaches the, to you, then the policy reaches that, deny everything. I guess I was kind of quick to get there. But if I try to do it now, or is it because of the cache? I think it's because of cache. Let me try it again. I think it's because of the browser cache. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, my bad. It was because of the browser cache or cache. I don't know the word. This one. Yeah. Anyway, so now that we have the set up the firewall and just explained it how it works, and you can block stuff and all that. What is really important after all of this is that at some point you will realize that if you wanted to, let's